everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to the first time if this is your first episode. We are here today with Raquel Ramirez talking about how she is a rock star real estate agent. Thank you so much for joining the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's jump right in. What is your favorite part about being a real estate agent?
Oh my gosh. Well, that's really easy actually, because my favorite part is at the end of it all. When you hand over those keys, whether it's a first time home buyer, knowing that you played a little role, a little part in helping someone's dream come true, building a legacy for themselves and for their family, and helping them create generational wealth, right? Or whether, it was maybe one of my sellers. I've had this happen recently very often where they're ready to move on. They're very ready to settle, retire, enjoy the fruits of their labor. And I can help them get to their next, chapter in their lives. It's so exciting and so rewarding at the end of it all.
That's awesome. You're like a key piece in like one of the biggest decisions that you're going to make in your entire life.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome. So what have you learned over the years that makes you an exceptional agent?
I've thought about this over and over again. And to me, real estate is not about transactions, it is about building relationships. And these relationships are, my goal is to, at the end of it all, you have a friend in me. So it's really not so much about, this particular transaction, but as, what just being kind, right? Being kind, looking out for my clients, and at the end of it all, just authenticity, being genuine. And I think that really comes through and it shows. The business, the referrals just come with it, right? And I do live my life that way. I have so many relationships, even from elementary school, middle school, that are, 30 years old, because of the intention is just pure, genuine, and heart, and just good feelings, good vibes all around.
Oh, that's awesome. Good connections. I like that. I like that. So what part of town do you specialize in? What are your key areas?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do actually cover a great spectrum of the San Francisco Bay Area, but I do specialize or focus primarily on the East Bay, and
Okay.
that's everywhere from Oakland, Castro Valley, San Leandro, Union City, Hayward. I've been a resident of Hayward for over 20 years, so you get to know your neighborhood and your community really well.
That's an awesome area. That's always like there's so many different nuances and it's great because it's like you can have city and it's really close to go to the suburbs and it's like whatever you're looking for within a small radius, you can find it just in the different areas.
It's so true. We are in the basically the heart of the Bay. We have the San Francisco around the corner. You have Silicon Valley. You have everything you can possibly need and want at your fingertips.
Amazing. So what can a potential buyer or seller expect from you?
Yes. So any of my clients can expect a really high level of service, And what I mean by that is really tailored to your needs. Like I want to know what are your dreams, your goals, your motivation. I am all about hand holding if need be. Somebody who is going to pick up the call when you give me a call, when you text me, is going to be there to answer. Someone who can provide creative solutions. Let's be honest, a transaction doesn't always go as planned, right?
Mhm.
So, I need to make sure that for my clients, and I always do, is we go that extra mile and find the avenue to get to, the finish line as well. But more than anything, like I said, somebody who at the end of the day you can call a friend and, call in for anything that you need after many, many years here on.
That's awesome. That really resonates with me because I feel like you just bring me up the fact that like not everything is always smooth and it's great to have a team behind you that's like there no matter what. We're here to support you. Like how do we find the solution? How do we get like you said to the finish line? Again, this is the biggest decision and maybe the biggest transaction and purchase that some people will ever make, and having someone like you there to really support them, even if it gets rocky and kind of help them navigate that. That's awesome. That speaks volumes.
Absolutely, yeah. And not afraid to work hard. The hustle is there for sure. Hard working is at the top of it all for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you believe is the current market right now? I know it's been crazy since last year, like a slowdown, and then it's like starting to ramp. But like, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that we're really ramping back up? There's multiple offers. Like, what's the temperature check in your?
Absolutely, yes. It's kind of been like, ups and downs, roller coasters, right? But that's real estate for you. So what we're seeing experimenting here, to be quite honest, it's still competitive. It's still a competitive market. Simple supply and demand. There is just not enough homes to go to meet the demands of, our buyers. So ultimately, we are seeing quite often multiple offers. We're seeing quite often over list price, limited or no contingencies. That is definitely something that we see pretty often, but that's not to discourage our buyers. I mean, to be honest with you, there's still a lot of opportunities, especially if you have a skilled agent, a skilled negotiator who's seasoned, who has some connections. And there's, like I said, there's a lot of opportunities out there.
That's awesome. And what are your thoughts about how the market is going to change in the next few years or even the next few months?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we are, I say we in the industry here locally, expecting, or we're hoping, I should say, for rates to start coming down even some, right? So
Mhm.
ultimately, what's going to happen is that's going to create a little bit more of a frenzy, we imagine, with a lot of buyers kind of on the sidelines. We know that when those rates come down, then we're going to see a lot more traction. And we'll see again more the market heating up even further, for sure.
Absolutely. One of my favorite sayings is you marry the house and you're dating the rate. So, super, super important for everyone to know that, like, the house that you choose is the most important decision. That's what you're going to stick with. The rate will change. You can refinance later. You can change that later. You're not stuck with that forever. But the house that you choose, you're also not stuck with that, but is going to be something that you're going to be in for a while. So that's more of an important decision on what to buy or when to buy. If you can find something that you just love, I would say go for it.
I couldn't agree more. And I tell my clients, a lot of my buyers, is you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. And like anything, there's pros and cons. But right now, we can find you a property without necessarily having to overpay.
Mhm.
Um, and then, you have a higher, slightly maybe higher rate than you like, but you're going to be able to get that lower rate eventually, as opposed to now having to fight with, 20, 30 offers in a few months and just to save on, maybe a couple $100 on a lower potential mortgage rate, right? So this is
Yeah.
the time. Yeah.
This is the time, and you're gonna walk into some instant equity because as soon as
Yeah.
those house prices go up and those rates go down, your house is gonna be worth more. So you got some quick equity that you didn't have to sit on for 10, 15 years,
Absolutely.
which is awesome. That is so great. Is there anything else that you want your potential buyers or sellers to know about you?
I'm just super excited for what's to come. I think it's going to be real estate is always strong. There's never a bad time to be a homeowner, right? So let's do it. If you have any questions or if you're thinking about it, you're not too sure if you're ready, let's get you pre-approved. Let's look at your options. Or if you're thinking of selling, I mean, the market, once the spring market and even summer comes in, you're going to have more competition as a seller as well. So this is the perfect time to get your home ready for it to hit the market and get to maximize your profit.
Absolutely. And the last question we cannot forget, how do we get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Well, you can definitely give me a call, text me. My direct number, cell phone is 510-432-0662.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Raquel. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Love to hear all about your philosophy, all of your experience, and how you are just changing the real estate market. Really there for your clients, really here to build a genuine, connection and really help them through maybe a tough time in their life to be able to navigate all this, especially if you're a first time home buyer. Make sure you have a great team behind you. Raquel and I are here to help you navigate as many questions as you need. Like, we're here to support you.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much, everybody. Looking forward to working with you all.